Man, this is another take on the slander and the smear stuff that, people were saying was happening. The smear campaign and everything that was happening at some point, these last 7 years. And, I was intending to make a recording last night, man, but I got attacked last night again, between 7 and 8 p.m. Somewhere y'all got attacked again last night and right after they attacked me, they cut off my service. And then they put militia guys that celebrity women were also, harking to my life. So, I just got pretty much bored again with the structures knowledge. That just happened last night. But what I was meaning to say, I'm gonna make a recording talking about pretty much this slander and smear campaign. And what I don't understand is, like I mentioned it before actually, and it's weird because it's like, okay, true enough, these people whatever, these influential figures or whatever said, they said all kind of slander and smear things about me. And they did it without my knowledge in order to normalize it in society, in order to be able to prevent me from being successful. So that's why they follow me, trailing me, sabotaging all my sustainability and everything, because they're trying to preserve, their false narrative. And also that's been their main source of income throughout the years. So you see, that's what's going on. And so, everything that's happening now, right now, with my present circumstances, the same thing that was happening in 2017, before my circumstances were anything that, and whatever was happening in 17 was happening in 1994. It was being set up, when I was born. So my entire life, they've been following me, degrading the quality of it on purpose and intentionally. And that's what's been happening the whole time. But what I didn't understand was, why did they, okay, you got, all this stuff was being said about me, but at the same time it was being said about me, I had the truth and everything, just as viral, at the same time, you feel me? So I had the truth. So why would people choose, people that's already, have questionable character with somebody who got a track record of already standing with God? If the country is so-called under God, then why did everybody, hearken or enable these other influential figures, why did they choose Satan over God if they under God? I don't get it. Why would they go with things with questionable, integrity and things like that? Slanderers that don't have good, credible, anything, over somebody who they know was already standing with God, for as long as they was able to, So, I mean, I just don't understand it, that's the weirdest thing. So why would they choose that over there? That's weird like that, And so that's the situation, So, they're lying still, they're still lying. They trying to say they're stalking me for a different reason than they are, when really it's a part of this already pre-existed racial hate crime and campaign. So that's what's going on. They're lying and saying it's for a different reason, but it's not for that reason, though. That's just a cover of it, They're degrading the quality of my life with their presence, intentionally and on purpose, on top of everything else that already happened, for which there still hasn't been any justice for. You feel me? So it's an ongoing crime situation. Circumstances change, but this attack on my life does not change, because they invested so much into this, decades already. And it's just an ongoing situation. They try to steal your identity, trying to kill you. If they want your identity, they can't have you alive. So that's one of the main things that they're trying. They create these narratives of everything they possibly can, try to frame you, lie on you without your name, try to entrap you in situations you don't even know about. Attack your character without your knowledge, to frame you, isolate you, so they can try to attempt murder on you endless. They got endless immunity to do so. With the knowledge of society and the structures, it's an ongoing crime situation. I'm a witness of it. Whatever happening now is the same thing that's been happening before my circumstances looked anything like it is today. I'm a personal eyewitness of what I've already been through, so I know what this looks like and what I'm going through now. Because I'm damaged and I got, trauma from the things, for which I'm going through, but nobody's recognizing it. Not even the structures. And so that's the situation. It's an attack that's on me, and they're using my fame, to justify their presence, when really their presence is a part of this already. They're like 23-year-long racial hate agenda, or religion-based hate agenda. It's religion-based hate agenda. That's also a factor, So either way, it's showing that the country is not what it say it is, on those levels. Either way you look at it. And that's the situation that's going on. It's an ongoing crime situation that's happening right now at this second. The structures using, these satanic cults that join forces against God, which justify the entire revelation. I mean, things like that, it all makes sense when you look at it all together. But that's what's going on, So that's the situation. They gradually justify and normalize the illegal invasion of my life. You feel me? That's what they're basically trying to do and doing. They're using other events to like pretty much usher and wedge and make it okay to be terrorizing my life. Well, I'm doing nothing but doing the work of God, doing the will of God all these years. We still got thousands of situations in the last couple years that have not been resolved yet. Still open situations. You know what I'm saying? Some people, places, and things, incorporated themselves into the crime with their action to it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the situation. I mean, my testimony shows my blameless. It shows my innocence, and it also shows, the situation, how my stuff is being stolen and assimilated. It also prevents it by the exposure of it. In a civil society, the structures that the justices should have already been proactive on that situation to render, the protection of my rights due to the nature of the things that I already been going through. You know what I'm saying? With the exposure of it, like 4-5 years ago, you feel me? That already should have, nipped it in the bud. It shouldn't allow any more time for any of my stuff to be assimilated against my will and without my consent. You know what I'm saying? Even without my knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So all of it been the same thing. It's a giant demon campaign against a work of God. You know what I'm saying? And now we're coming to the time in history, like I posted one of my recent quotes, that God finna start offending himself. He finna start defending himself against the devil, in the place of the devil, Gog and Magog. Like it's not it's the synagogue of Satan. You feel me? But it calls itself God. But you're seeing that right now. This can't happen to a servant of God. Not just any servant of God. You feel me? Every day, and then it's still happening. You know what I'm saying? Now that means for over 23 years and still counting right now. After all the things I've already disclosed, I'm catching these events. I'm talking about every time I get attacked, I post it. You feel me? I'm posting it on my platform. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You know what I mean? That's what it is. They got obsession with me. They're in an active conspiracy to commit murder. That's what all this is trying to amount to. Identity theft, and they trying to commit murder. You know what I'm saying? Because if they want your identity, steal your identity and your ideas, in about 30 years, they can make it seem like it's theirs. You know what I'm saying? When it's not. And so that's the thing. They trying to eradicate you, because if you not here, then you can't defend your legacy, or you can't defend your art or your work or your personality. You can't be yourself, and people can't see you being yourself. So then they start being you. Then if people think that they being themselves, and they really being unauthentic. They're not. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole situation. You know what I mean? And so this is a situation. So that's why all these people, places, and things, these celebrities, all working together for the same purpose. Accomplish. They it's like many decades. The players change, but the same campaign remain. You feel me? That's the way it's going. Like it's a lot changed, but that doesn't change. So that's the situation. So it's malicious injustices, and they becoming really shameless about it now. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, everything was kind of cold. Like 3, 4, 5 years ago, it was like covert. I was just getting attacked and ate up. I ain't really know what was going on, why, who, what, none of that. And it turns out it was a premeditated situation. This is a situation that was premeditated, against my life, by all of those people involved, including celebrities. You feel me? And that's the situation. So it's a collusion between all of those, parts of society, and then they even continuously torture me with illegal technology. You know what I'm saying? After it's been already widely exposed to the whole world. You know what I'm saying? They still use it to inflict me with it, knowing the damage that I already suffered from their previous misconduct already. You know what I'm saying? For years straight. So you see, it's like a compounded situation. It's a compounded crime for which nobody's doing anything. And I don't know what the resolution for the situation would be, to be honest. I'm not an expert in legality and in life, really. You know what I'm saying? I come in life like a child. You feel me? I just know what was happening to my life. I shouldn't be antagonized for realizing that something's not right in my life. You feel me? That's not fault. That's not my fault, And that's the situation. They try to antagonize you because somebody that they placed or they enable are guilty. But they knew that before when they told them or paid them to do what they did. They knew that they would be guilty when they told them and paid them to do some illegal things. So, why are they trying to antagonize or punish me inadvertently or informally for something that they already knew ahead of time? You know what I'm saying? They making no sense. Just like when people saying all these slander, they're using that false stuff in order to justify their presence in my life. It ain't no cause or no purpose for it or behind it. You feel me? And then when the truth and facts start coming out, then that's when they call up, that's when they throw in satanic cults. Because satanic cults ain't confined by the laws of the lands anyway. So they working together and double teaming God. You feel me? Like in plain sight. You know what I'm saying? In plain sight. They use it. This is like a war. You know what I'm saying? One person that cannot defend themselves for over 7 years is still counting. while everybody know about it. Nobody's, doing nothing about it. And that's the situation. This war, this war on the Lord directly. Now they are aware and know and still going. Years after. So it's still possible. No place like that can ever claim the name of God, ever. You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth, man. It's an ongoing crime situation. And that's what it is, And so, even when the damage is already finished, you feel me? Like the worst of it, it's did already, it's completed. And then it's still being compounded every day, added to. You know what I'm saying? So there's no way to fix the situation. Just got hope of justice, but even that's becoming, that's not real likely. You feel me? So I can't be. It ain't my fault with the devil try to take my identity, try to take my ideas, dreams, and everything, disseminate it. Normalize the illegal and unethical persecution of my life since I was a child. Persecution of a child. And all the aspects of it. It's a reality that's so dark and evil that most of the world don't want to recognize it because they can't imagine that such a massive, tremendous evil has been taking place right there under their noses. The whole time, the last 20 plus years. Plain sight the whole time. And now it come to a head right now, at this time. Which is why, and they knew and anticipated God. So the whole time they've been fighting God. You feel me? Like blatantly, shamelessly, like cruel against the Lord. And some people have known it, and then it still keep going and happening. So then you understand, the prophecies and stuff like that. And that's the situation. It ain't my fault, was lies and slanders and smear stuff put against me. And then I don't understand how they keep acting on it when at that same time or shortly after that was automatically, instantly, pulled down, by wisdom, insight, understanding, clarity in a biblical way. An abundance of it, So it wasn't no excuse as for it had been still an issue or anything, there's a lot of things to really talk about, man. Then the spiritual reality of, like I say, man, God is not a man that he should lie. Whoever called God a lie, you already know what they, what side they on or where they headed, nowhere really fast. Things I say are the things, as far as like in regards to the spiritual things, the things I say are the things that the Lord approves and commends me saying. When I talk about heaven, talk about my wife, talk about the miracles, the signs, wonders, talk about my talent. I ain't got to, the things that at one point in time, everybody understood generally. That all of a sudden, others felt like they wanted to end on that and they wanted it to be done. Unfortunately, that's not the way God works. Grass is green, you feel me? I can't help that. At this point, it calls for a different kind of energy, because at this point, you see, like, it's not a normal, it's never been a normal situation, but now words can't describe, the immensity of this evil, that they doing directly against the work of God. It's crazy, man. They still call it, still claim itself to be under the name of God, it's still possible, That's not godly. It's actually the polar opposite.